Paint360 mould removal system is a two-stage process. First, clean and sterilize. Second, protect and decorate. Open all windows in the room and doors to create airflow before you start. Mould may have a negative impact on your health, and better ventilation will drive humidity down and minimize the risk. For rooms with high levels of moisture and extreme condensation, please consider using a dehumidifier before work commences, 3 to 7 days prior. To sterilize a room, you must neutralize all spores that reside within the affected wall area and clean any mould stain from the surface. You will need the following PPE: goggles or safety glasses with side shields giving complete protection to eyes, EN166. Chemical-resistant gloves, EN374. FFP3 face mask. For bad mould cases, a disposable overall. Stage 1: Clean and sterilize. Before application, please do not scrape any mould from the surface, as this will release unnecessary spores into the atmosphere. Clean mould stains from the surface. Dilute CitraClean 10% to 90% where possible with warm water into a trigger spray or use pre-diluted squirt. If no trigger spray is available, dilute into a bucket and use a sponge to soak the stain. Leave for a couple of minutes before removing with a sponge scourer. Repeat this action until no stains are left. Fungi blitz. Dilute 50-50 with warm water and apply using a sponge or paintbrush to the affected area and at least 1 meter all around. The solution seeps into the walls and, once dried, will begin to neutralize any spores. The anti-spore agent degrades as it neutralizes spores, so the more liberal the coating, the greater the chance of residual protection. Please note, the greater the infestation, the shorter any residual protection will be. Wherever possible, dry the wall whilst continuing to ventilate the room. Once applied, leave for 24 hours and continue to ventilate the room. Stage 2: Protect and decorate. Mould seal. Better described as a clear paint solution which encases the fungicides to offer greater ongoing future protection while doubling up as a stain blocker. Once you have left Fungi Blitz for 24 hours, you can apply mould seal covering the same area. Mould seal will reside on and in the wall, protecting against any future attacks, and much like Fungi Blitz, protection will decrease when the agent is active, neutralizing spores. Once the surface is touch dry, you may paint the area with mould-resistant eggshell or mould-resistant matte emulsion paint. Painting. Both paint solutions have Quat Biocide fungicidal solution evenly dispersed, which act as the third barrier helping to protect against future attacks and high levels of humidity. We highly recommend mould-resistant eggshell for kitchens and bathrooms, as the eggshell is a tougher paint that offers an element of both water resistance and wipeability once dry. Q&A. Do I always ventilate the room? Yes, it will help with the curing of products and dilute the volume of airborne spores. Can I scrape the black mould from the walls? Best not to, as you would be releasing spores unnecessarily. What's the safest way to remove black stains? CitraClean diluted 10% to 90% warm water. Ideally, fill a squeegee bottle and spray the affected area. Add Fungi Blitz solution once the stain has been removed. May I add Fungi Blitz twice for really bad infestations? Yes, for very bad mould infestations, you may want to spray the stain and leave for 10 minutes before applying CitraClean to remove the black marks. Once these have been removed from the surface, reapply Fungi Blitz and leave. What do we do if the wall is wet from condensation? First, process the wall as you would normally. Remove mould as previously advised. Once removed, dry the surface as best you can with blue towel. Reapply Fungi Blitz and leave to work. 24 hours is the ideal drying time. What if we can't get back to the property for anything over 5 days? Reapply Fungi Blitz and leave until touch dry. Then apply mould seal to the area. Once this is touch dry, you can apply the paint. What do we do with wallpaper? If you have mould on a wall with wallpaper or lining, it needs to be removed before beginning the process. What PPE do we need? Goggles, gloves when using the products. When dealing with mould, a FFP3 face mask is highly advisable and advised to protect against spores. Which paint should I use where? Mould-resistant eggshell for the kitchen and bathroom, and mould-resistant matte emulsion everywhere else. How do I dispose of any leftover paint or packaging? Please refer to the can regarding safe disposal of any leftover product and packaging.